if you want a mop to suck something up, you gotta wring it out, right?
Like, I should have cleaned the redneck plunger. Hey everyone, Dan Detmers, application engineer here with Quest. I'm here with another Dansplainin episode, and this time I want to talk to you about getting rid of the moisture in your building without using a dehumidifier. So we need to look at the big sources of moisture. People, permeation, process, infiltration, and ventilation. Or as I like to say, okay, I'll work on that. PIV. We'll sort that out later. So when we start looking at these, one of the big ones is, well, it's infiltration, right? Simple things like getting the door closed when you walk through it. It's a hard thing to do, I know. Let's look at some others. People can be a large source of moisture in your facility that we can't get rid of. The amount of moisture they're putting off is dependent upon what their activity level is. Anywhere from 1/10 of a pound per hour for a spectator at a sporting event, 1/4 pound per hour for someone sitting at a desk, or a finely tuned athlete like a NBA star, an NHL star, or a curling superstar. They're putting out almost 1 pound per hour. We need to take care of that moisture. Permeation, another P, is the movement of moisture in and out of building material. Things like carpet, the studs that the walls are made of, and the walls themselves. They all take moisture in and let it back out again, depending upon what the relative humidity is of the space. So when you've got all your people in here working during the day and the humidity's high, the building's soaking it up. The third P is process. Whether I'm manufacturing something that involves water, like the food and pharmaceutical industry, or using water somewhere in my process to cool off a metal or wash something, such as our sanitation cycle, or the water coming off of our process itself, we need to deal with that moisture. Now hopefully you've got an exhaust hood that can grab that moisture and get rid of it from the building before it gets out into the rest of the facility, but it doesn't always work that way. And sometimes we have to deal with it once it's there. So we covered people, process, and permeation. What about the other two? Infiltration and ventilation. Bringing outside air in, especially in the summertime, is a huge source of moisture in our facility. It comes in through the open doors, through cracks in the doors, and many other places, just like, or infiltration sources such as leaky windows and other openings in your building. That outside air also has to make up for the air taken out of the building by combustion sources, such as furnaces, boilers, water heaters, or even your fireplace. Anytime we're drawing air in for the combustion process, air's going up and out the chimney, and that's got to come from someplace. And when it comes in, we're bringing in moisture. We also get a lot of moisture in the building from makeup air for things like exhaust fans, or the bathroom, where exhaust is very necessary to get rid of moisture and other smelly things out of the building. Off camera wall, what do you get? I'm out! Oh, well, that's something we can't unsee. Sorry about that, everyone, but I do want to thank you all for joining me on this episode of Dansplaining, where we went over those sources of moisture. People, permeation, process, infiltration, and ventilation. Just remember PIV, and we'll get rid of that moisture in your building. We talked about all these things because we want to minimize the amount of capacity that you have to put in your facility because it saves you time, saves you money, saves you resources. Well, we want to sell you a dehumidifier. We want to make sure that you're happy with the equipment that you get. So until next time, thanks a bunch. And if all the advice in this video didn't work out for you, you can always just buy a dehumidifier. Bye now.